right here. It'll pull up my camera system. So we should be able to, if I hit assist view, so if you drive, get close to that, you have to be within 5 feet, so you gotta get close to those cars. So get a little closer.
Okay.
A little closer for me. We're just gonna keep driving, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, because I want to get it in between those. Keep going, keep going. And is it gonna do it? Okay. Well, we'll stop there because it's gonna do the weird one.
Okay.
We'll do this one. Okay. So, turn off the brake.
Whoa.
Let the car do its thing.
Okay, the car is backing itself in.
And then we always just have to be careful of cross traffic.
And it's going to brake itself, right? So I don't have to.
And then it'll also pull itself forward.
So the car's doing everything. I'm not touching the brake or the gas.
You can also see a little bit of that augmented reality showing you where it's going to put it.
Right. Please tell your insurance people I did not touch anything. If any damage, this is not my fault. Okay, this is pretty cool. I do like that feature. Now, does it put it in park or?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Park,
okay.
Parking
completed.
Check it off. Get out. That's it.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Self-parking. It'll also do parallel spots. We just don't have a parallel, but it will do parallel as well.
Nice. Good job.
And that's self-parking.
And there's the sensors tells you what's near. I'm really encouraged by all the new electric cars coming out on the market. This Porsche Taycan is next door. Next door to that is the BMW ID.4 electric. So you can see there are plenty of electric choices around. You can pick up the VW for around $35,000 after the tax credit, which gives you a nice little electric SUV, which is much more reasonably priced. Now I got to look at the BMW i4 electric car, which is competition with the Tesla Model 3 Performance. It starts around $55,000, but this one I'm looking at here is about $75,000. So it does actually get higher than the Tesla Model 3. It has a little bit nicer interior, but there's some compromises because you can see this was a gas car. They stuck the electric motors in. It's not a ground up, electric only platform. So there's no front trunk, so you lose some storage there. It does do 0 to 60 in about, I think, 3.7 seconds. So it's pretty quick. I think the Tesla Model 3 Performance is down to like 3.2 now, if I'm not mistaken. But you can definitely tell this is not a ground up from the floor electric car. This is something that they've dropped the electric drivetrain in, and it does share the same platform as the M4 sedan and coupe. Now that grille, everyone likes to harp on BMW for this grille. It's not so bad in the darker colors, but in the lighter colors like white and silver, it's definitely noticeable. But the interior is very nice. I'll give BMW credit. The leather smells like a baseball glove. It's got a pretty sweet interior. Horsepower on these cars ranges from 330 horsepower to over 530 horsepower. Going back to this grille though, boy, it's tough to look at when you realize that this is a electric car that doesn't even need a grille, but this is all just for show. And this wraparound screen is very nice. You'll see later in the video when I drive it.
You don't have to buy one then, right? The i4 starts at 55, and then the M50 is at 65. Is that better? Maybe. Just so you know, price point on this is 90. Starts at 83,000. This is a dual motor, 324 mile range with 516 horsepower. That's 516 horsepower with the dual motors. The next model will be 611 horsepower, the M60. So the M60 will start production in July, and that one will also be a dual motor, same vehicle. It'll just be the full M trim. The range will be a lot less with that much horsepower. Yep. Yeah, the horsepower with that 611 horsepower probably gives you a range around the 280 mark. Yep.
What did you say the range was on this thing?
324 plus. So we're seeing around 400 miles on this vehicle.
So this one is 324?
324 plus. That's our base mile.
Okay, deal.
Now he wants it.
This is your level 2, and then you have your level 3 charging system. Level 3 is going to be our superchargers. Supercharging this vehicle from 20% to 80% in 30 minutes. So super quick, fast charge when you're at the superchargers on a road trip, or if you've gone outside of your radius of driving, let's say in your day-to-day life, hit a quick supercharger and back home. Charging at home, this is your level 2, about a 4 to 5 hour charge from the 20% to 80%. 240, you said. Yep, the car comes with its own cord. The cord has an adaptable end to either the 110 or the 240. So charging this car, you just literally use a 240 plug or add a wall charger. That is your choice. They're both going to be the identical power source to it. One has a cord connected to it, one has a cord to take it. We partnered with Electrify America. They're one of the larger electrical companies, charging companies. And you get 30 minutes of charging sessions for free for 2 years for the back end.
And what if I'm driving 800 miles to Virginia?
So the car's going to map your whole road trip. You can drop it all the way down to 20%. So if let's say you're on vacation, you do not need to charge this battery past anything because you're not using it. So drop it down to something really low, plug it in, go out of town. Now that's going to be like what we call your battery tender. And never is going to... And if you guys can see on top of every door, my light bars, these lights are part of your ambiance, but they also do indicate what's going on in the vehicle, such as locking. So you see red at every door. And unlocking, you'll see green and also a clear white. We've added carbon fiber frames. You might have to get up to see these where you're located. This is all carbon fiber, cut out steel completely, and you have all carbon fiber frames. The carbon fiber, yeah, because door handles are slick.
Well, I was wondering if they were, right.
Yeah. Cool.
Close it up. There's all the welcoming, fun stuff.
Nice.
We've got that on opaque. So then just foot on the brake. I'll hit the start stop there. I'll wake up.
Nice.
Then, so that your angle's down, that's just because of the cluster where it's going to go, as well as over here.
Oh, wow.
So, now, like it even says, press accelerator and brake manually, so the car is steering, but you basically, so we have nobody coming.
This is going to steer itself out of the parking spot.
Yep, so as you tap the gas.
Okay, so here we go.
Lift the brake.
Actually, let me put my seatbelt on first.
That's another important piece.
Seatbelts. Okay, here we
So
go.
if you let off.
Let off. All right, not touching the wheel.
And then just meter it with the brake. You don't really need to press the accelerator here.
Okay.
And then, yep, keep going. Nobody else coming, as you can see.
All right, this car is completely backing.
So letting you know something's close, but it didn't need to adjust at all.
Okay. Not touching the wheel.
And then it's going to do 164 feet. So we don't need to go that entire distance.
Okay.
But as you can kind of see where it would go. And
Right.
then, so we're good to go.
We put it in drive.
Put it in drive.
And now it's ready to go.
We're
Wow.
good to go.
Cool.
And then there's the camera system, the front camera, rear camera, and the overhead camera on the right side.
Nice.
And then we'll take a right out here and then a right onto 200. So currently it's in just its normal drive mode, so
Okay.
nothing special. If I press this down one more time,
Uh-huh.
it goes into one pedal drive, probably what you're more
Ooh,
used to
yeah.
in the Tesla. Tesla's a lot bigger with the one pedal drive. This is probably a little bit more familiar.
Okay. And
And so we'll stay in the right lane because we're going to be taking a right in a little ways up.
okay. What is this 0 to 60 in?
It's, I believe, like 3.7.
Nice.
I think it's fairly quick. It's not,
Yeah.
blistering fast, but it's an electric car. The torque is there.
Yeah, it
and
goes.
it is quite quick.
Yeah.
3.7? No. Was it 4.3? Maybe 4.3. No, it's not 4.3. I think it's in the threes, like mid threes, if I'm not mistaken.
Was this the M50 or M60?
So this is the 50i. So in the States, we only get the 50i. They've announced that the M60 is coming.
Right.
So that's, I believe, 611 horsepower. That one's like a low 2 second 0 to 60.
Yeah.
So that's the more performance oriented. This one is have your sunshade. That's what is it? Electromagnetic.
So now it's opaque now.
So if I press it again,
and it goes clear.
exactly.
Cool.
So it blocks out the sun.
show
To give
you-
you like, hey, be in this lane going right.
Right.
So it's one of those kind of cool pieces. And then so at this light, we'll take a right,
Okay.
and then I'll change modes, because one of the cool inherent things about these is the sounds in this car are designed by a certain person.
Oh, Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I saw that
So
in there.
we have it in sport, so we'll take a right
All
here,
right. So we'll.
and then whenever you get to accelerate, you kind of hear the noise.
Okay, so we're gonna turn here.
Correct. And we get going.
What's it gonna do?
He's gonna stay in this lane.
Yeah.
They always do.
God, this thing scoots. Whew.
Pretty well.
Jeez.
And that kind of quiet, like whirring noise.
Yeah.
Again, good old Hans Zimmer made that one.
That's neat.
That's always the fun part. People are like, who made it? I'm like, Hans Zimmer. They're like, what? Germans helping Germans. Great thing.
Cool. Yeah, it definitely has some pep in it for an SUV.
Oh yeah, and I think it's about 5,600 pounds if I'm not mistaken.
Right, but you don't feel it. It makes it feel smaller.
Correct. And again, that helps with the lower center of gravity again, because the battery.
Oh, you know what?
underneath
Watch.
the train.
I felt it.
Pull you back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get over the line and the.
So lane departure warning
Keep
with
it
steering
lane.
intervention.
Yep. So I'm just going to try to let it. There's nobody around me. So I just let it kind of drift over. And,
So at about 40 miles an hour.
oh yeah. So you can feel it vibrate. Huh.
So we'll make sure, I can always check there. So we'll follow this through. When a little ways up, we'll be taking a right, not here. It is in a good ways, but I was like, get ahead of it. Where are my...
It's funny, the region's actually stronger on this than my car.
Correct.
Because this one has dual motors. Nice. Oh, you can see the.
You can see your pound feet, your horsepower,
What?
kilowatt per mile, and then like temperatures of the motors. So, yeah, do some cool performance data.
Pretty slick.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So it won't be this one or the next one. It'll be the